Alright, since this video is over 28 minutes long, I thought I'll just add this little portion at the very beginning to give a general idea of what this video is about. So here I got my Dell tablet. I'll have the name and whatnot in the title of the video. Of course, you'll already know that when you watch the other part of this video. But I initially thought that there was a fan problem with the cooling fan not kicking on after I wake the thing from sleep. That's not the problem. What the problem is with this little tablet here is that if I put the thing to sleep for about a few hours or so, and I wake it from sleep. Now, as you notice right now, generally speaking, everything's fairly snappy. I can open up Chrome fairly quickly, and I can go to YouTube fairly quickly, as you can tell. But the thing is, once I put this thing to sleep for, let's say, a few hours, because I want to do something else, and then I wake the thing up from said sleep. The instant I wake the thing up from said sleep, the thing will just be bogging like no tomorrow. It'll take years. It'll take longer to load up YouTube. It'll take longer to do simple tasks like this. The start menu will start lagging out. Chrome will take forever to open. It'll take forever to load up YouTube and everything else. And the only way to actually fix this problem is to go in here and just shut the computer down completely and restart it again. This is unacceptable. And I haven't been experiencing this problem before. The only time I started experiencing this problem was when I did a total system restore. When I wiped the computer and started fresh with a fresh copy of Windows I made from the USB stick and the little Windows media creation tool thingy. So yeah, I don't know what to say. In the video, you see me go through all sorts of stuff and me trying to figure out what the hell the problem is. I eventually figure it out towards the end of the video that there's something that's something on Windows 10 that just bogs the fuck down after you put the thing to sleep. And unfortunately, there's no real way I know of that could fix this other than upgrading this thing to Windows 7. This thing can support Windows 7. I just can't get the touchscreen to work, nor I can upgrade the video drivers. Update them. I can update the drivers through Windows 7 Update, but I can't use the drivers that are from Dell's website to get the more proper up-to-date drivers. So yeah. So like I said in the video, I'm going to post this to Linus Tech Tips and Dell, and hopefully someone can figure out what the hell is going on with this computer. Because this is unacceptable. Alright, so here I got my Dell tablet. I don't know, I forget the actual model number. I'll have it in the title of the video and whatnot. But basically what's going on is, whenever I put this computer to sleep and wake it back up, the cooling fan will not kick on. The only way I was able to get the cooling fan to kick on again was if I was going to shut down the computer. Now, right now, I'm just running NicoPyro just to heat the computer up. But if I press the home key and whatnot, as you can tell, generally speaking, pressing the home key and everything else, well, you can get the general idea. Everything's very snappy. Like I said, I have NicoPyro running, and the cooling fan is active. I have no idea if you're able to hear it. I'm pretty sure you're able to hear it, but still. Like I said, right now the cooling fan is active. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let NicoPyro sit for 15 minutes. And I'm going to come back, close out NicoPyro, and then put the computer to sleep. The computer will be asleep for about 2 to 3 hours or so. And I'll be using those 2 to 3 hours to finish up the Dragon 3 right here. I'm very close to calling this done. I just gotta build the engine exhaust right there. And most likely what's going to happen is once I wake it up from being asleep, the cooling fan will not kick on again. Basically, the whole thing will just overheat and will just become a slug to work with until I literally shut down the computer. So let's see, let's get my old timer up and running. Alright, I'll come back in 15 minutes. Or so. Alright, I thought also I had this in. So I thought, why don't I just try redoing the OS again? Now, I accidentally put this thing to sleep for no more than a few seconds. But the task manager is already starting to slug out and whatnot. And let's just see how long it takes for this to get past getting a few things ready. I'm also currently I'm currently getting the video ready for render. God, that took over a minute. I'll actually be adding this portion into the I'll be adding this part in after the portion of me explaining the video. Because starting up when you're told to start up is too difficult. Windows 10 is nothing but hot garbage. Proven by this video right here. My main desktop, which is right here, runs Windows 7. I do not experience any of these problems. And you know what's even worse? That's what's left of my little Acer laptop. I broke the screen on it a while back. And it still fully functions just fine. I can put the thing to sleep, and I can let it sit for hours or days. And then I hit a key to wake it back up. It functions just as it should. But this thing? No, that's too difficult. I'll load up Steam really quick. Let's see how long it takes now. Also, let's see if I can open up Chrome and see if it starts acting up. Because letting us do the little side view things too difficult. Okay, yeah, YouTube did take a little while to load up, but it still loaded up significantly faster. Even that loaded up significantly faster. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go in, do another fresh copy of Windows 10 through this little thumb drive, and I'm going to see what happens again. Either way, this is unacceptable. So, yeah, Windows 10 is hot garbage. Alright, so 15 minutes are up. And I was right about the frame rate. It did bog, which is normal. I am kind of hammering this. I am definitely hammering this thing. But basically, what you're seeing right now is the way the computer acts when it comes out of sleep. But unlike normal, this time the cooling fan is still active. So I'm going to exit out of Nicupira. Come on, there we go. And of course, the instant I close out Nicupira, everything's running just fine. Again, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the cooling fan is still active. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish up building my Draken 3. I'm already in the process of building some parts for the engine and for the engine outlet or whatever, the engine exhaust. The cooling fan now just turned off because it doesn't need to function right now. But as you can tell, everything's running just fine. Oh, and I thought I'd do one more thing before I actually cut off. Whatever, I'll be right back. Oh yeah, I went on to Dell's website and the cooling fan just kicked on. But what I want to do is I want to show the BIOS I'm using. I am using this BIOS right here, which this one is made so it can run Windows 7, but it doesn't state anything about cooling fan. Updates the latest CPU microcode to address something and associate with Intel reboot issue. That says nothing about cooling fan problems. Now I think I might just swap to this one just to see what will happen. But again, this one doesn't say anything, and this one's more for operation of 8.1 in Windows 10. So with that said, I'm gonna put this computer to sleep. The cooling fan right now was currently on, and now it's off because the thing's asleep. I'm gonna have the thing asleep, and I'll come back when I actually get this thing built. Oh yeah, time of me putting the computer to sleep, and next will be the time it took for me to actually finish the aircraft. So it's a little past 7 a.m. I'm not actually done building anything yet. I just gotta build the engine shroud and add in the LEDs to the engine. But this thing's been sitting long enough to where I can feel like it's about time for me to do another part of this video. So let's see. So right out of the gate on boot up, everything is very, very sluggish. Now the thing is, I'm just telling it to open up. I'm just telling it to open up the start menu and whatnot. The thing it doesn't need the cooler fan on yet. So let me see what happens when I try to load up Nuclear. Let's see what happens if I try to load this up again. Okay, so this is really unacceptable. The thing is, I know prior to doing a total system restore on this thing, everything was running just fine. But now, even this thing's practically cool still, and yet I'm dropping frames like hell in this simple virtual novel. Now the thing with this virtual novel is running for like 15 minutes, like it was in the initial part of this video. I can understand it being choppy, but I just loaded this thing up right after I just woke up from sleep, and no, the cooling fan has yet to kick in. And this virtual novel right here is more than enough to get the cooler fan to kick. Geez, I'm not even at let's see how can I, geez, I'm not even at 100% being used. And the only thing that's really being taxed is the GPU. But the cooling fan has yet to kick in. And this virtual novel, like I said, is more than enough to get the cooling fan to kick in. Because like you saw at the very beginning, the frame rate was generally just fine. I think I was probably in the nice 40s, 50s. Did the cooler fan just kick? No, the cooler fan did not kick on. I can already feel the thing heating up. I know this is a long video, but I'm not going to edit any of this out. Okay, the cooling fan just now kicked in. And now just turned off. But it seems like but it seems like once you put this thing to sleep, and then wake it up from sleep, it bogs to hell. The cooler fan has now kicked on, because it has heated up, but it doesn't stay on constantly. And like I said, the only way to fix this problem is to shut the thing down completely and restart it. Unfortunately, there's no little power indicating light for me to know when this thing shuts off, so though I can hear it ringing thanks to me having the ability for hearing high pitch, I can hear the thing still on technically. Yay, reflections. Alright, I'm booting the thing up right now, and I can and the cooling fan's already kicked on. I know you probably can't hear it, but since I'm holding the thing in my hand, I could feel the vibration from the fan spinning. I can also hear the small, slight pitch in the fan being turned on. Oh yeah, I gotta give this thing about like maybe 30 seconds to get everything all loaded up. Alright, now that's working just fine. I'll load up Nucleopyra again. And now it looks like the frame rates are hitting a little bit, but it's definitely a lot smoother. And of course, one way to stress test the GPU is to hit them all four at once. And generally speaking, the frames generally hold up just fine. Even though this virtual novel is very simple in animation wise, for a tablet like this, especially to run it at full 1080p, it kind of taxes the GPU. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to quit out. Just let it sit for about 10 seconds. I'm not going to edit any of this out. So please bear with me. I initially was trying to make this video short, but that's not going to be the case. Put it to sleep. And let it sit for about 30 seconds, and then I'll wake it back up. Again, I'm not editing any of this out. For those 30 seconds, I'm going to feed some of my fish in my room. Lord knows these fish are hungry. Alright, 30 seconds are up. It seems like if it's prolonged sleep, that's when you wake it up from a prolonged sleep, it struggles. But I may have another idea that might actually be causing this. I'm going to place it onto the keyboard and do the same thing. Let me first make sure the battery is being detected by the keyboard. I mean, battery's being detected by the thing. Yes, it is. Let the thing sit for 30 seconds. Jeez, you guys still hungry? There you go. I really do need to find some better food for you guys. There you go. It's behind you, stupid. There you go. Where's that some keyboard of mine? Okay, it is dropping frames again, but it seems to be holding. So that's good. That's good then. Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, it seems like it might be something to do with this keyboard here, which is the battery keyboard. But I don't know for sure. The cooling fan's running right now, so that is good. But I don't know what to say about the thing just bogging like that. I mean, as you saw, it runs just fine generally if I let it sit for like 30 seconds of sleep. But if I do a prolonged sleep for like more than, I mean, like I said, I probably had this thing asleep for me like 2 hours, 1 or 2 hours. And that was enough to cause this thing to just go full on potato. Other than text speed being a little faster than I like. Generally speaking, it looks like all the other animations are running just fine. But there's a little bit of quirkiness. I mean, this thing's not running the most high-end GPU. Well, all I could really do is just upload this to Linus Tech Tips and upload this video also to Dell because I don't know what to say. I mean, the start menu is starting to act a little sluggish, but everything else, like the GPU for playing virtual novels or playing a anime, is running just fine. So it's not completely bogged right now, but if I go like onto Chrome or whatever, it'll take forever to load at times. And of course, this thing decides to go nope and not autofocus for shit. But, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Is there any way I can time how quickly it takes to open up? Okay, so what I'm going, so I don't know. I'm just going to try and open up YouTube again, see how long it takes, and then shut this thing down, turn it back on, and then do the same thing again. Notice how it has to load in the timestamps for how long the videos are at last, and whatever. Go away, Cortana, no one likes you. This one does support Windows 7, but I can't get the touchscreen to work, nor upgrade, nor am I able to update the graphic drivers because it gives a stupid BS of system not compatible. I think I'm gonna add this in the why I hate Windows 10 portion of my uploads on YouTube because it seems to be a Windows 10 Pacific problem, or at least the current version of Windows 10. I think what I might actually end up doing is I might end up doing like a very short little explanation of what this video is about. That way, so if you don't want to watch the whole freaking video, you can just get a general idea by maybe a 3-minute clip or so of me explaining everything. And the next, all of this other crap that you're seeing right now, if you somehow do decide to watch through, is just me going through me trying to diagnose what the problem is and everything else, or trying to figure out what's wrong. Oh yeah, YouTube loaded up so much quicker. That's so much quicker. Alright. Let me see, is this thing still trying to do stuff? No, it is not. Okay, cooling fan's turned off. I'm gonna let it sit just for a few seconds. And now it's starting to act like it initially was. So, basically, putting this computer to sleep basically converts this thing to a potato. Which is so freaking stupid. I mean, Windows 10 is full of bugs, but this is one of the bugs I would have never expected from Windows 10. Because this is utter bullshit. Fucking Windows 10. Fucking hot garbage of an OS.